Hi, I'm Alicia Dennis with Zimbio.com, and I'm here with Kelly Pratt of Bright Moments. Hello, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
So, you said this was your first South by in a long while. This is not the first time you've been here.
Oh, no. I've been here many times, but I haven't been here in about 6 years. It's quite a bit crazier than it was the last time I was here.
Right. So this is your first time, though, as a solo effort?
Yeah, exactly.
So you have toured and also recorded with Beirut and Arcade Fire, etc. How long has Bright Moments been in the making? When were you inspired to create this project?
This project, it's been on the mind for a couple of years, I guess, now. The record just came out a couple weeks ago, but it formulated over quite a bit of time. That there was a few months off of touring, and I didn't really have a lot of recordings or anything going on, so instead of like sitting on the couch, I just started formulating ideas, and happened pretty organically over the course of several months. I really took my time with it. Demoed it out, and then all the dudes in the band, like, we came into the studio and put it together there, basically.
How did you guys come together?
Well, we've all been playing music together for a long time. John, the bass player, saxophone player, we've been playing music together for about 8 years now, and the other guys for at least 4 years, each of them. Some 6, some 5, but the one I've played with the least is 4 years.
So one of the themes that seems to be recurrent on your debut, Natives, is it's about touring and not necessarily feeling like there's a home. And that said, what do you love most about touring, and what do you like least?
Well, what's best about it, clearly, is being able to play music every single day of the week and in front of people that want to hear it. And I've been very fortunate to play with really good bands, too. So, you know, I'm really lucky in that a lot of the bands I played with have had pretty good audiences. What I like about it the least, you know, it just gets exhausting. Even though it's only 1 hour or 2 hours of music a day, you know, it's still very hectic. Your schedule is intense, and you don't ever feel like you can really relax when you're on tour, and it takes a lot out of you, energy-wise. But, you know, that's what we do. That's what musicians are supposed to do.
Right. But right now you're based in Brooklyn, and I'm sure you consider that very much your home.
Yeah. I've been there 10 years, over 10 years now, so it's definitely my home.
Where are you from originally?
Kentucky.
Right.
And if I can say this now, Kentucky Wildcats are going to win the national championship this year. So.
Does that work with your bracket, Adam? Okay.
Oh, you got Kentucky? Nice. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm from around here, so unfortunately this doesn't really work for me.
But just lost today, so.
Precisely. Yeah. Lost in March Madness. Coming back to it. So I know that your song Milwaukee Protocol is about the first girl ever cured of rabies.
Yeah.
How did you hear this story? It's a crazy story.
Oh, it's really weird. I don't know. Like, sometimes, I'm sure this happens to everybody. I'm sure it happens to you, but you get in a bit of like a Wikipedia hole where you're looking up something, and then like you click on something else, and then you click on something else. And I don't know, I just got really intrigued by, I was reading about rabies, because I thought it's, you know, it's a pretty freaking interesting disease. And then I read about this girl, and then, you know, she was so young, and reading about her, it kind of intrigued me a little bit. So, I wrote a song about it, I guess.
You know she's the only person to be cured with rabies by that way, right?
No, I think there's been a few since her.
Because they tried it afterwards. It was like the induced coma thing. Yeah, and they tried it, and it just didn't work. It was something of a miracle. Like, sometimes it works maybe, and sometimes it doesn't. Last time I checked, she was the only one.
Well, she's a lucky girl.
Yeah, you should get in touch with her.
Yeah, maybe.
So what were you listening to when you were making this album?
Oh, I listen to all sorts of different stuff, but I don't know, primarily jazz. You know, a lot of John Coltrane. That's my main guy. So it's not obvious from the music, but that's what I get most of my inspiration from. A lot of Afrobeat too, which does kind of come out because Tony, the drummer, we played together in an Afrobeat band, and a lot of the drum parts are very Afrobeat sort of influenced. And Afrobeat, jazz, also classical music. I listen to a lot of classical music, electronic music. I listen to a lot of different things.
So you've been listening to a lot of music and also playing a lot of instruments for so long now. I'm curious, what was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. It may be CNC Music Factory. No.
That would be awesome.
That was the first CD I ever bought.
Okay.
The first tape or something with my own money was probably Weird Al, I'd say. I was really into Weird Al.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm an Ace of Base kid, but
I had the Ace of Base record, definitely.
Good to know. So I'm sure you've known that you wanted to be a musician for a very long time. How did your parents feel about you becoming an artist and living the life of a tourist and being on tour all the time?
Well, it's kind of funny. My parents are not, they're divorced and remarried, and my mom, when I was quitting my job, I worked at a record label for 6 years, Verve, which is a jazz label. And when I was quitting that job to go on tour, my mom was like, yes, go for it. It's going to be great. And my dad was like, I don't know. You probably shouldn't do that. But, of course, they're both supportive now.
And they've been to your shows by now, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Not Bright Moments, because we've only played 4 shows now. But they'll see the band eventually.
I feel extra lucky to have been here for the 4th show. So thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thanks for having me.